all the things you're telling yourself is putting that lid on yourself, and the lid's coming down and just crushing you into a little piece of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to blow that lid off, you know, and it takes years to blow that off, and then you just grow and you become such a strong and powerful person.
Yeah.
You know, and that all starts with these things around us and this environment. We need to create that positive atmosphere.
Well, that's it. I mean, you think about successful people, and I use the term loosely, but because it's subjective to some degree, but, you know, famous sports people, successful business people, you know, the musicians that you look up to, anybody that's achieved greatness in any field. I think the one thing that they had that maybe you don't have is belief. And maybe somebody else believed in them initially to the point where they would continually tell them, like, hey, you can be better, you can be the best, you can do the best thing. And then eventually they started believing it in themselves. Or maybe they didn't have somebody else telling that. Maybe they decided in themselves, like, no, I'm worth this, I'm capable of this, I'm going to kick ass.
Yeah.
So if you can't, I mean, definitely try and tell yourself that and say, like, no, I'm going to start changing my life. I am worth this, I'm capable of more, I'm going to try and make a better life for myself. Definitely start telling yourself that.
Yeah.
But if you need somebody else to tell you that, rewind about 5 minutes and listen to this guy and tell you exactly that you are capable and you're worth it and you can fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I'm at a stage in my life now where, okay, I have a certain standard for myself, and when I'm not meeting that, I can get hard on myself. But I also see that very quickly now, and all of a sudden I'm like, negative thoughts, can you shut the hell up and get the hell out of here? Because I know that I'm strong, and I tell myself, you know, 5 days out of 7 that everything's great and I'm strong, blah, blah, blah. Maybe 1 or 2 days you have like a 20 minutes decrease, and you see that and you can stop it so quick. You know, maybe if this is a new concept to you guys, it might be something where you're only just realizing that, like, oh, maybe all the voices in my head, I can actually take control of them. And yes, you can. And it takes a long time, but the first step is just realizing that you have the power. And so when you're feeling a time of strength, write down all these positive notes, write down all these positive things about yourself that you can either identify right now or things that you want to be in the future, and post them up all over the walls. So in those moments of weakness, you can see the things and you're like, that message on the wall was me when I was feeling strong.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not feeling strong. So I need to pull that energy from that message, put it inside, and use that as a fuel to fight back against those negative thoughts that are coming through right now.
Just what you're saying about those negative thoughts and the negative voices in your head. I struggled with that for a long time. And, you know, at its extreme, it's called anxiety.
Yeah.
And a lot of people suffer from that under a medical, you know, extreme.
Prognosis,
But even if you don't have like a medical diagnosed anxiety, like you still have anxiousness, you still have those negative voices in your head to some degree, you know. One of the key things I found in defeating those was realizing that those negative voices aren't you. They're not your voice. They're a little gremlin inside your head telling you, like, you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't do that thing. You know, don't worry about that. Yeah. That, like, all those little voices, like, it sounds like you because it's imitating your voice and it's inside your brain. But it's not you. That's not your voice telling you that you're a piece of shit. That's a little gremlin in there who's like at the wheel, like controlling shit, pulling wires out, and, you know, dicking around with things.
Yeah.
He's in there and he's screwing around with it. And you know what he's doing, or she? They're not paying rent. They're not contributing anything positively, and they're taking up a big part of your brain. So tell them to fuck off. This is your brain. This is your life. This is your mind, and you're in control here, not this little gremlin. Kick it out.
Yeah.
Get angry at it. Talk.
Yeah.
Even use your physical, like, voice, like speak out loud to yourself and say, get out of my head, get out of my life. You don't belong here. This is not your brain.
Yeah.
And I've done that several times. Like, I'll be driving a car to somewhere, or I'll be sitting at home and these negative voices will pop up and I get angry at them, physically talking to myself out loud, saying, get out of my brain, get out of my life, get out of my head. And by getting angry and passionate and really believing that I can defeat this gremlin, because I know it's a gremlin and it's not me. I'm not attacking myself here. I'm attacking this gremlin. By doing that out loud, angry, the gremlin runs away.
Yeah.
And then the next day he'll be back.
You crush him.
No, he'll be back. He'll be back the next day.
Yeah.
You know? You kick him out the door, and then the next day he comes back. And then you kick him out the door again, and then the next day he comes back. And maybe you let him stay that day because you're not feeling very strong. But then the next day you kick him out the door again. And then the next day you kick him out the door again. And then maybe he won't show up for 2 or 3 days. And you think, oh, this is pretty peaceful. And then he shows up again, and you're like, wait,
he brought his friends this time.
Yeah,
he brought his friends back.
But you kick him out the door again.
Yeah.
And you kick him out the door again. And you continually do that. And then each time you kick them out the door, they come back less frequently and less frequently and less frequently. And, you know, they never stop coming back. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they
always come back. But you get stronger at kicking them out the door each time. You're like, hey, I've already defeated you like 9 times. I can defeat you a 10th. You know, I can defeat you an 11th. I can defeat you a 400th.
Yep.
I can defeat you a 10,000th time.
Yep.
You know, because I've already done it several times. So it's one of those things, man. Separate those negative voices from yourself. They're not you. They're a thing inside your head. Tell them to get the fuck out.
Yep.
Because they're not doing anything good for your life, and they're not paying rent, and they're not contributing. Like, they don't belong inside your head. Get rid of them.
Yep.
As I said, not permanently. You can't get rid of them permanently, but you can get stronger at getting rid of them, so that every time they show up, all you have to do eventually is just look at them and be like, wait.
Yeah. The door's pretty much padlocked shut now when you get it to the point.
That's it.
That you build a fortress.
Obviously, that takes time. But
it takes time to build that
that's
fortress.
That's definitely possible, and I'm a living example of how it's possible.
Yeah.
Those negative thoughts come to me maybe once a week, once a month now.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know? It's very infrequent, and every time they show up, I catch them and I say, hey, no, not today, man.
They just walk out with shame, you know. They know they're not meant to be there.
And you'd be like, really? You want to try this right now? Yeah. It's like
powerful stuff, man.
Man, it's huge. But yeah, as I said, the key is separating the negativity from yourself. It's not you, you know. I mean, in cartoons, they've depicted these things. You know, there's the little angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. In cartoons and movies, you see that sort of stuff all the time. That's what that is. It's like those negative voices aren't in here. They're that little devil here. And maybe even some of the really positive stuff is not in here. It's the little angel here.
Yeah.
But the point is, both of them are here, and you can fuck one of them off if you feel like it.
Yeah.
And it's your choice which one you fuck off.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
they don't own you.
Unfortunately, by default mode, a lot of the time we're programmed to listen to the negative because we do want to be comfortable.
Well, he's louder too a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And more convincing.
Yeah.
He's a snake.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Satan in the Bible against Jesus or whatever. You know, like the devil, the snake, the evil character is wily, is cunning, is smart. It knows how to like pull your strings to make you do what it wants you to do.
Yeah.
You know, the angel is innocent and just sort of says like, oh, here's a positive voice. You know, take it or leave it. But the evil one, the devil, is like, that gets in there. It manipulates you. It makes you believe it's true. It makes you believe it's in control of you.
Yep.
You know, and but you've got to like realize that it's not you that's doing that. It's that little devil that you've let in the past.
Yep.
Now he is controlling it.
Yep.
And you got to tell him to fuck off.
Yep.